Okay, this was originally going to just be an objective review, but I can't really be asked going through all the damn movie a bunch to edit every single little part and nitpick, so fuck it. I'll just cover everything else in rapid fire and then move on to the main point of the video. Let's go! Chasing Amy is not very good. It's directed by Kevin Smith, and it's full of all the usual Kevin Smithisms, like Star Wars references, pointless nerd shit no one cares about, really awkward forced dialogue, dude, weed lamau, hockey, and skee ball. The technical quality in this film is poor. I mean, there's even a scene in which you can clearly see the camera crew. Hi, hey there buddies, what you got there? Is that a camera? Whoa, neato! The social commentary is ridiculously ham-fisted and completely littered with strawman arguments. Like in this instance.
I think virginity is lost when you make love for the first time.
With a member of the opposite sex?
Why? Why only then?
Because that's the standard, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure literally no one has ever legitimately used that as an argument for defining virginity. Try again next time, though. Another main issue with this movie is the way it goes against its own message at times. Take the character of Banksy, for example, who's meant to portray the stereotypical homophobic straight white male. While the movie treats him as a bigot who isn't enough to be down with the gays, a lot of what he puts forward is either proven right or isn't at all unreasonable, especially in regards to this scene.
Alright, what if she's carrying a disease?
Fuck you!
What? Oh, it's not possible that she's all crudded up?
The movie tries to play him as the asshole while he raises a very valid point. Alyssa has slept with a platoon of different people, and there's no indication if she used protection. How is it unreasonable to be worried about a chance of contracting a venereal disease, or several? For all we know, the bitch's veins could be crawling with horse AIDS. Now let's get on to the meat of this video. When I first watched Chasing Amy, it left a very sour taste in my mouth. Something wasn't right, and I could narrow it down to the single scene where it reached its crescendo, the scene at the hockey rink. This scene is arguably the climax of the movie, and I feel it highlights one of the most glaring flaws in the way the characters are approached. But before we can examine why the approach was bad, we need to know the basic plot of the film. Shitlord and Captain Cuckold are introduced to a woman with an excessively irritating voice by this wet dream of a token minority.
How bad could it have been? How bad could it have been?
Yeah, needless to say, listening to it the whole movie was
extremely painful.
Cuckman instantly pops a boner at the sound of her prepubescent harping and is convinced he is in love until they find out she has the big gay. After having his dreams completely shattered by a knockoff Android 18, he goes home to cry like a real man. Seeing that this man is clearly infatuated with her and is quite upset over the whole Android 18 thing, the lesbian decides to do the only logical thing. So she rocks up at his door and they hang out some more with some really forced dialogue about the differences between being gay and straight, like it's some retarded episode of Sesame Street. After being an inverse fag hag for an indeterminate length of time, Cuckboy professes his unrequited love in a monologue that, credit where it's due, it's actually pretty good. Upon hearing this monologue, Shit Cunt lives up to the age of her voice by throwing a temper tantrum and running away because angers! Hey cameraman, you're back! So happy to see you again! Aww! Child voice then Sanix the Hedgehog right the fuck back to him after a grand total of about 3 seconds, leading to now uncucked man and ex-lesbian getting together. Shit goes on hunky-dory until Dude Bro finds out she used to get spit roasted by dudes in high school, and the mere thought of this turns uncucked man back into recucked man. He then tries the most bitch-ass roundabout way of asking the town bicycle if she rides tandem while she gives intentionally vague responses. Finally, the truth comes out, there's another big fight, and they wake up. Some other shit happens in the rest of the movie.
There's currently no cases where that's useful or important.
So now that we covered the important parts of the plot, we can get into my main issue with the film. The conflict that this movie presents is that Corporal Cock can't handle fake news lesbian being double-teamed by some high schoolers. However, this is not the biggest issue in their relationship. Let's explore why. From the very beginning, Slutty Pants can see how this bitch is completely infatuated with her and could have used any opportunity to reveal how gay she is. This would have let him down easy and have avoided further conflict between the two. But does she do this? No. What does she do instead? Start making out with a woman right in front of him furiously, making him clearly very uncomfortable. After he goes home dejected and probably quite flaccid, rather than leave him to get over her, she comes to his door and essentially hand delivers his friend zone, or in this case, gay zone. Who does that?
Hey, I know you're pining over me, but I won't return your romantic interest, but still expect you to follow me like a puppy and build that unrequited love.
Obviously, this ends up with Gay Zone getting a stronger and stronger one-sided love for fake taxi lesbian, leading to him expressing it to her. And this, it's kind of understandable. For Calzone, waiting any longer would just make it eat away at him worse. So he whipped it out in a do-or-die moment. Of course, rather than understanding or sympathizing with how this poor little bitch would feel, Pork Roast decides to flip her shit at him like she's a fucking child. She could have easily have said that she understands and it's best not to see each other again, or say that she needs some time to think. Does she do this though? No. She chooses to storm out of the car, making it 100% about herself. This man, one of her close friends by this point, is clearly having an inner pain that he wants to work out with you, but who cares about that? She needs to have a bitch fit! I mean, how dare he have feelings for someone he has grown incredibly close to over recent times? How dare he not keep it inside so they could play pretend gay friends while it eats away at him? I mean, really, how completely selfish of him not to bottle up his issues so they fester inside, because letting them out would inconvenience the perfect little princess. And the fact that she runs back to him is the motherfucking icing on the cake, as she took his moment of weakness, beat him down to make him feel miserable, only to flip-flop in less than a fucking minute. That stupid scene aside, the part that really just got me to go, oh, come on, when I was first watching it, was the hockey scene. So after learning of his girlfriend's multitasking abilities back in high school, this whipped little bitch tries to confront Lesbanes in the most slimy, roundabout little bitch way possible. Since this movie apparently is not content with having only one unlikable character, Captain Cuck also has to be a Weasley little shit in this scene, and it drags on for far too long. Oh man, using a hockey fight to symbolize tension? Too deep for you! The movie tries to frame the argument that breaks out as being about the double teaming thing, but when you think about it, that really isn't the issue. The issue is something far more obvious. She has been continuously lying to him. One of the major things Dutch Dam has been harping on about is how he's the first and that she's never been with any other dudes, but lo and behold. Do you really think that's a good idea? Just having such a blatant lie in your relationship? You know, there's this thing called trust. It's, one of the most important things in a relationship. How the fuck do you expect anyone to trust you when you have repeatedly lied to their face? And was it even that necessary? Would it have really been that hard to say at some point, hey, I tried something with guys when I was young, but still unsure of my sexuality? Hell, maybe that's not 100% true, but it's way fucking better than just lying. The most obnoxious thing to me is that the film tries to portray Billy Bitchcakes here as the bad guy because he can't accept the town bicycle, but it completely glosses over how a lie like this could completely blow all trust out of the water. And for what? It made you feel special? Fuck off. That would be in no way worth the extreme doubt that now comes whenever someone would think of this moment and wonder, did she lie about anything else? The half-assed apology she gives is just the final nail in the coffin, as it makes it clear City Cycle doesn't actually give half a shit about lying to her boyfriend and thinks that he's the bad guy for catching her out in the lie. It is also completely ridiculous that the rest of the movie tries to paint the situation as he missed out by not embracing her life with open arms, and that he's ignorant for not accepting the fact that she was embracing her life with open legs. It chooses to focus on this and just completely glosses over the fact that she's repeatedly lied to him, put him down, and toyed with his emotions. In short, Chasing Amy is a bad movie with bad characters, bad story, bad director, and a bad moral. Watching it was a bad time. It was bad. I rate it bad out of bad. Bad.